NBA on 2K. How is it?
Well, guys,
and that's how Russ has always been, DA, a high-motor player who leaves it all out on the floor. And coming up right around the corner of the All-Star break, Doris, the teams that are now firing on all cylinders, how do they maintain their momentum even with this time off? I would think that would be disruptive.
Yeah, sure. I think obviously when you're rolling, you think the last thing you want to have is a break.
Sure.
But the reality is oftentimes, Kev, these guys are so professional. What has gone into the run in the first half of the season will continue because, one, they're... Oh, please.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Yeah, he's rising to the occasion as you're trying to keep pace on the scoreboard.
Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning their last game against Denver.
And look, it's always tough to win on the road. You've got to go in with the right mindset, and they did.
I think, Greg, they didn't let the crowd or the noise get to them, and they have to be happy with how they played and executed on the road in that one.
Back to Hayward, takes the three. No good that time, and it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Yeah, and some nights, you know, the starters carry the load, and then there's others when it's about the bench. That night, the bench won out.
Well, they came to play for sure, and it took the pressure off that starting unit, which is exactly what you're hoping they would do.
Here's Hood, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
How smart is Rodney Hood? So solid at getting into position off the screen.
Payton dishes to Warren. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Screen by Cousins. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. And you look at the numbers that T.J. Warren has put up over his career. Finds a way to improve every single season, Doris, and is a model of efficiency and consistency for his team.
Right. I think coaches love players who approach the game the way T.J. Warren does. He knows what he's capable of and stays patient. He can hit a three, but he mostly prefers to step into a range where he is automatic.
And one thing you have to say about Russell Westbrook, he is an absolute star. I mean, the type of player you can build around and win with. Just the total package on the offensive end of the floor.
The numbers Westbrook put up last season in his MVP run, Greg, just staggering.
And you figured his numbers would get a bump. But I don't think anybody could have expected this guy to average a triple-double. I mean, arguably the most impactful superstar in the league.
And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Westbrook's got his first bucket in this one. Payton kicks to Cousins. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Holiday gets the bucket.
Boy, that makes them 4 out of 5 to start this thing. They're finding very good shots early on.
Westbrook with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Denver.
I thought his physicality was crucial, too. You know, he kept the defense on their toes and repeatedly got to the free throw line.
And it's Warren with the jam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Screen by Howard. The feed to Markkanen. Pass to Westbrook. Banked in off the glass.
From the opening tip, he's been active and working for good looks. He's been pretty accurate.
Davis with a screen on Westbrook. Payton kicks to Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Thunder trailing by 8. Here's Westbrook. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. Kicks it to Hood. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Sinks the three-pointer. Westbrook's got 7 points in the game.
I really admire the presence of mind from Rodney Hood. He's terrific at realizing when one of his teammates is wide open.
Payton passes to Cousins. Outside Holiday. Davis setting the pick for Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. Was shot by Payton, no good. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Hayward from outside. Unable to get that one. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Warren against Hayward. Here's Payton. It's tipped.
And how about marketing, using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
Davis against Westbrook. For 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 10 points for him.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Payton kicks to Davis. He dishes it to Warren. Back to Davis. Markkanen pulls it in.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
Hayward dishes to Westbrook. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. You know, they'll take that every time.
Here's Davis. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Davis has got his second basket of the game.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Dishes it to Howard. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And it's Westbrook again missing. Pelicans leading by 4. And Holiday has it in the corner. Back to Cousins. Expanding his range. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Now Westbrook makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
It's so fascinating to look back on Thunder history because 3 current players who are dominating the league were together on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Harden, Durant, and Westbrook. In retrospect, the talent level on that team was unreal.
And going back to the Thunder teams with the big 3 of Harden, Durant, and Westbrook, endures some bad luck with the Thunder during those seasons.
Well, first and foremost, they ran into a great Miami team in the NBA Finals. Then after Harden left, injuries to both Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook hampered their opportunities. Still, you think back, and if you're an Oklahoma City fan, you can marvel at the collection of talent you once had.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Nene, he's checked in for Howard. Sabonis comes in for Markkanen, and it's Will Barton in for Rodney Hood. Barton passes to Sabonis, and the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. New Orleans also making some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Cousins. Bell comes in for Anthony Davis, and Miller's subbed in for T.J. Warren. Felton kicks to Nene. 3-pointer, Barton. That shot misses. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Evans outside. Shoots over Barton. That one off the back iron and out. Thunder trailing by 4. Outside, Felton. Nene with the screen on Evans. It's Barton with the drive. And the shot's good from Nene.
Well, hard screen right there by Nene. He's listed around 250, but he looks and feels bigger than that.
Daniels dishes to Evans. Miller outside. There's the screen. From 13, Daniels, no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks.
Boy, a wide open look from mid-range that goes by the wayside. You can tell he's upset.
Here's Evans. No good on that one. Barton with some nice D. Oklahoma City's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Felton kicks to Barton. And he hits it to tie the game up. Barton's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Evans against Barton. Shot from 12. Dedmon kicks to Daniels. They grab their own miss. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, guys, we have got in the NBA.
The tireless work ethic, the passion. He's a guy the team relies on for that.
Hayward passes to Felton. Free throw line jump shot, and he drops that one in. Felton's got the game tied up here for Oklahoma City.
Just a solid-looking jumper from Ray Felton, cashing in on an easy opportunity.
In the corner, Daniels. There's the pick. Floats one. Sabonis grabs the board.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Barton kicks to Felton. Hayward outside. Nene setting the pick for Hayward. Over Miller. Hayward can't hit.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
And that one, good.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
1:36 left to play in the first quarter. Felton kicks to Hayward. The pass to Sabonis. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Here is Daniels. He's covered by Felton. Barton against Evans. Shoots over Barton. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
There you go. Not the best start, but maybe that's the shot that gets him in rhythm.
Here's Nene. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And hey, we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
Evans kicks to Daniels. Evans against Felton. And it's Evans missing.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
Now here's Barton. 8 points his last outing. Back to Nene. They set the pick. Three-pointer. Hayward gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
Well, terrific self-control from Gordon Hayward. Even with the defense in his space, he doesn't get sped up. My goodness, what a shot maker.
Here's Evans.
Oh, you got cooked.
That shot off the mark. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. New Orleans on top, up 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league.
Basketball. This is my passion.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals And this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
That's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Not at all. Every time they get the ball, they're looking to burn the defense in transition.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Bell. Then there's Tyreek Evans. Then it's Miller, and it's Daniels in at the 2 guard. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. Yes, I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here." Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. Hayward. Second shot opportunity. Sabonis, no good. New Orleans in the lead. Releases. And there's Daniels. That's good on the assist from Miller. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Outside, Felton. He kicks to Barton. Pass to Nene. Evans against Barton. No good on the shot. Good D by Miller.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring. He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Tyreek Evans, the 4th pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
Well, you know, a lack of effort defensively, and he gets a very good look from deep.
Nene, the screen. The dish now to Hayward. He sinks the 11-footer. Hayward's got 5 points so far.
They are just killing him on the interior.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. There's the pick. Here's Daniels. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Daniels has got 4 this quarter.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Hayward dishes to Barton. And stolen by Miller. And now running up the court, Miller pushing it up. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Pelicans.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from 3-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Miller. Boris, as we know, you were born in New York, grew up in New Jersey, lots of basketball talent in those areas. Who were some local players who influenced you early on?
Well, 1983 is the year the Philadelphia 76ers won the NBA championship, and that team was the epitome of cool, Kevin, right? You had the masterful doctor, the power of Moses Malone, but you know who I tried to emulate? Mo Cheeks.
No kidding.
Yeah, the steady, heady point guard who could make big shots and come up with a timely steal. I couldn't be the doctor. I couldn't fly like the doc, so Mo Cheeks was my guy.
And Gordon Hayward driven to improve his game and carry this team deep into the playoffs.
You have to admire the work habits of Gordon Hayward because he went from a high draft pick to someone who has turned himself into a legitimate all-star. You love his hunger, looking within and saying, how can I be better and lead my team to greatness?
That free throw good from Hayward.
Well, he's come such a long way, Gordon Hayward, and how he sees the game of basketball. He came in with a high IQ, but the nuance of the NBA he now understands.
Warren's checked in for New Orleans. Payton kicks to Cousins. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Cousins has got 5.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Westbrook kicks to Hood. Howard with a screen on Holiday. Hood drives in, and he gets it to go.
Well, how about the focus of Rodney Hood? The defense has got to feel helpless right now trying to match up with him in the post. Well, the 6'8" lefty, Rodney Hood, such a shifty guy with the ball in his hands. Boy, does he use that hesitation to get where he wants.
And from his time at Duke, we knew Rodney Hood could shoot with range. Doris, did you realize how well he could handle the ball?
Well, as much as I like his ability to create, I love how he protects the basketball. This guy is a low turnover guy.
Thunder trailing by 6. Hayward outside, lets it go with a 3. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Holiday, the pass to Cousins. In the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And Cousins just so big, the D can be all over him, and he'll still find a way to score.
And here's Hood. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Denver. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. Pelicans leading by 8. Payton kicks to Warren. Holiday with it. Now defended by Hayward. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Oklahoma City.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that. And when you look at the Pelicans, you got to expect for them to be one of the top defensive teams in the league. You've got the Twin Towers down low, and Drew Holiday is in the top handful, I think, of defensive point guards in the league. A moment now to see the numbers for Dwight Howard. 7th in rebounding, 7th in field goal percentage, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. Pass to Hayward. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Here's Cousins. That shot misses. Great D that time from Howard. Hood against Holiday. Hayward right side. Looking to get back on track here, and it goes down 2 points. Hayward's got 6 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, what a start in the first quarter, and now he's taking it to a new level here in the second.
They set the screen. Davis dishes to Payton. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. And the Pelicans lead by 10.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now here's Markkanen. He's guarded by Davis. And they call an illegal screen here.
That way.
Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. Second, the Pelicans.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points. And when you see T.J. Warren on the court, I just love his activity. I mean, he's always cutting and moving without the basketball. Very adept at finding those openings on the floor.
And the first one drops. And Warren last season had his year interrupted by injury, cooled off after the fast start, but Greg, he will always play with that activity.
Yeah, and he's so good at switching directions on a defender. Seemingly simple moves help him create great space both with and without the ball.
Hayward up top. He's covered by Warren.
Pass it to
Oklahoma
Ross.
City moving it around. Clock at 4. Markkanen can't get it to go. New Orleans leading by 12. Cousins with it. 20-point game for him in the win against Sacramento.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
Payton against Westbrook. Payton passes to Cousins. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Cousins has got 9.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Hayward, a screen on Payton. Westbrook kicks to Hood. At the top of the key, Hayward. Back to Hood. Over Holiday. It's hauled in by Warren.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
He feeds it to Payton. Outside, Davis. Cousins with a screen on Howard. Up again. Cousins on the follow.
Timeout.
11 points in the game. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, just ice cold right now from the floor. Time to regroup.
I think, Greg, they look lost and they look frustrated. Not sure how they're missing so many shots right now.
And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass.
Outside Westbrook. Feeds to Hood. Passes it to Markkanen. And here's Westbrook from the arc. That one's not going to go. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Screen by Cousins. Holiday. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Yours, who are some of the guys that surprise you with their toughness on a nightly basis in the NBA?
You know, you have to think historically, pound for pound in the history of the NBA, the toughest single guy was Allen Iverson. For me, the current iteration, and I'm not saying that Isaiah Thomas is Allen Iverson, they're drastically different players because Isaiah doesn't have that kind of athleticism that AI had early. But Isaiah at 5'9", to continually find his way into the paint, to be willing to attack the bigs, to absorb the kind of pounding he does, and get himself into the MVP conversation, Kevin, really, that was incredible.
LeBron probably takes, for a guy his size, to think he can dish it out, but I'm telling you, I think he gets whacked all the time.
I think, Kevin, this is the single hardest guy in the NBA to officiate today, and frankly, I do not believe LeBron James goes to the foul line as much as he deserves.
Well said. And the Thunder making a switch here. Sabonis is checked in.
This guy is an incredible dunker in space. The defense just says, let me step back here, Kevin.
Outside Holiday. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Holiday's got 11.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
They set the pick. Off the pick. Hood gets the bucket.
Well, don't underestimate the in-between game of Rodney Hood. This guy can make shots from just about anywhere.
Payton kicks to Davis. Payton against Westbrook. Davis sets a screen. Outside Holiday. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Hayward on the wing. Back to Westbrook. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Holiday. Westbrook against Payton. Screen by Cousins. Here's Holiday, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
Boy, this guy has been transcended this quarter. Something really lit a fire underneath this guy.
Westbrook dishes to Hayward. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. Hayward's got 8 points in the quarter.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Payton outside. Over Westbrook. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Wow.
Well, the Thunder are not one of the best shooting teams from outside. We know that. They know their strength of their offense, Doris, lies in their ability to attack the rim and get shots in the paint.
Right, because you have to consider the Thunder last year were last in the NBA in three-point percentage, yet second in the league in points in the paint. So when they are able to get inside on a team, that is when they are at their most dangerous.
Nene, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Will Barton comes in for Gordon Hayward. Sabonis with the bucket. Sabonis has got his first basket. New Orleans leading by 19 points. Payton passes to Daniels. Now the feed to Davis. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
11 seconds left in the second quarter. Barton kicks to Hood. Shot clock at 6. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. New Orleans. Evans. No good. Shot missing. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. New Orleans on top, running away with it. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Elfrid Payton, EP.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Denny the Jet Smith. What a game it's been for Drew Holiday. He had 16 points and 1 steal. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. Kenny, your thoughts? How the Pelicans are playing?
Well, shooters were popping open right.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40.
Little 10 for 23 from the big dogs there. Wow, just wait till Anthony Davis shows up. Then it's going to get real ugly.
Thunder trailing by 21. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So the Thunder 5 right now. We've got Hayward. Markkanen is out there with Nene. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Westbrook in at the point.
Well, to say it's not easy to guard Russell Westbrook is an understatement. This guy's quickness and leaping ability make him a nightmare.
And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, He's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
Bank's not open.
Here is Hayward. Just 4 to shoot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Kevin, this guy has great presence of mind. Gordon Hayward will take a pounding. He embraces a chance to get some free ones from the foul line. Boy, oh boy, has Gordon Hayward turned himself into a complete offensive player? His offense has grown every single year. There's no question you want the ball in this guy's hands.
Payton kicks to Warren. He dishes it to Davis. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Davis has got 8.
And the soft jump shot there of Davis. You got to respect his perimeter game.
And Hayward has packed down the muscle. Doris, you've seen it. He's a dangerous finisher inside.
You're right, Kev. Crafty, explosive, and he's got tremendous touch. This guy can make something out of nothing.
Here's Hood. It's rebounded by Payton.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Howard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Westbrook dishes to Hayward. Westbrook passes to Hayward. Back to Westbrook. From the arc. Howard. And Howard with the second chance points. Howard's got his first bucket of the night.
Howard really brings it on the offensive glass, using that wide wingspan to come up with those loose balls.
Kept alive.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Now Hood. He's got 7. Inside. Payton with some nice D.
Well, that's tough defense in the paint, harassing him every step of the way.
Floats it up for Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Doris, with so many one-and-dones entering the NBA, do you think expectations are too high for these guys, especially from the fans?
I don't, Kevin. I think it depends on the talent that we're talking about. You know, I know Joel Embiid is a guy who didn't necessarily start right away, but when he was finally able to be healthy, it certainly didn't take him long to become a factor on the NBA level. No, I don't think the expectations are too high. I think these guys are accustomed to expectations, and frankly, their personal expectations are probably higher than ours.
I mean, look at the elite of these high school kids have been playing like in front of big crowds on a big stage for so long. It's second nature to them, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue, and it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for Westbrook.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
Here's Westbrook. 16 points for him. There's a screen. Kicks it to Hayward. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard. Here are the top rebounders over the last month. 4th, Anthony Davis.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
For Oklahoma City, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger and go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those 2 anchors on the front line.
Hayward hits them both. Greg, what would you say is the key for the Pelicans to get back in the playoff mix?
There's several. I think rebounding was a big problem. The trade for Cousins should help in that area, and every team needs more shooting. But I think in particular, this group does. And then first and foremost, look, you got to stay healthy. Hard to figure out what you have when you never get a chance to see it.
There's the screen. Westbrook kicks to Hood. Dishes it to Hayward. Back to Hood. Over Holiday. Hood can't get it to go.
Not how they hope to start the second half, missing 4 of their first 5 here.
And Cousins kicks to Payton. And there's the pass to Davis. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Hayward kicks to Westbrook. 5 on the clock, and a wide open look for Hood. Good on the 3-point shot. Hood's got 10 points in the game.
Quick trigger from Rodney Hood. He takes no time getting the shot off after the catch.
Cousins with a screen for Holiday. From about 19 feet, and there's Cousins. That's good on the assist by Holiday.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Westbrook against Payton. Westbrook passes to Hayward. Puts up a 3, and again Oklahoma City with the triple.
Okay, we know Gordon Hayward is effective in all 3 phases of the offensive end, but what a dangerous threat from beyond the arc.
Here's Cousins. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
Screen by Howard. Hood kicks to Markkanen. Hayward outside. Markkanen sets the pick for Hayward. Puts one up from 19. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Boy, the score would look a lot different if his teammates could have had the kind of night he's had.
Payton against Westbrook. 13 feet away. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. 8 points for him.
He can be a matchup nightmare if he can get it in the paint.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I think one thing Coach will address in this timeout right now is you're missing a lot of shots. Why not become more of a facilitator out there?
Checked in for the Thunder. And a change for the Pelicans. Evans, he's checked in for Payton. Thunder trailing by 17. Howard with a screen on Holiday. Hayward outside. He kicks to Westbrook. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. And that's now 18 points for Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook can absorb contact, Kevin. He's got great focus and great finishing ability.
Evans kicks to Warren. Davis setting the pick for Warren. Davis sets a screen. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And the Pelicans at last season's trade deadline making the big deal for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, you look at Anthony Davis being paired with Cousins, and certainly on paper you could make the argument that they've got the best 1-2 punch on the front line in the league. 2 Kentucky guys, great size and offensive skill in terms of their versatility. If they can surround them with shooters and some perimeter defense, I think this group could be scary.
He's off on the first. And he sinks the second. Thunder trailing by 16. Barton outside. Basket good. Barton's got 6.
And even with the height disadvantage, he finds a way to convert.
Boy, you got to appreciate how confident he was in that instance. He doesn't allow the taller defender to stop him. He's saying, I'll take you on right now.
Here's Davis, fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line, 79% overall.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Darius Miller, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Troy Daniels comes in for Drew Holiday. Now here's Westbrook. He's got 18. Pass to Howard. In the corner, it's Westbrook. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Westbrook's got 7 now in this quarter.
I think you've got to respect the catch-and-shoot game of Russell Westbrook. He is excellent at pulling up.
Miller dishes to Davis. Now here's Cousins. He's covered closely. Thunder trailing by 14. Barton outside. Pass to Sabonis. Evans against Westbrook to the left side wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 17-foot shot on the way.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
What a great job contesting without fouling. Exactly how you want to defend the mid-range shot.
Daniels passes to Davis. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Boy, what has gotten into him? He's taken his game to an unreal level this quarter.
Screen by Howard. Westbrook kicks to Hayward. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Screen by Howard. And here's Barton. He's got 6. Screen by Howard. Sabonis, the pass to Westbrook. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
What a nice individual defensive effort right there. Did a great job contesting.
Here's Evans. He's off on that one. Good D by Westbrook. Thunder trailing by 18. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
You can see Russell Westbrook building the confidence of his teammates, fires it to them when they're open.
Daniels dishes to Evans. Back to Daniels. And the layup is good. Daniels has got 6.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
You look at the success that Coach Billy Donovan has had both at the college level at Florida and his first few years in the NBA at Oklahoma City. Doris, he very much feels at home in playoff and pressure situations.
Well, certainly Billy D has a lot of experience managing a team in a postseason setting. This is a guy who always tinkers during the regular season to find different angles to help his guys. Billy Donovan, one of those guys increasingly who you don't want to see in a 7-game series.
And one of the things about Will Barton's game that to me makes him such a force is how unpredictable he can be. He plays at times almost like a man out of control, and it really does work to his advantage as he is a difficult guy to deal with in those one-on-one situations.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Nene, he's checked in for Howard. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And to back up the point with Barton in his chaotic play style, he knows exactly what he's about. Famously saying, Greg, I'm so creative most of the time, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Hey, you know, that might sound glib, but it is just how Barton plays. I mean, a fantastic competitor who just does what it takes to win. He gives you a little bit of everything out on the floor.
His shot's off, but they're still winning. So hats off to his teammates for picking up the slack.
1:29 left in the third quarter of the game, and they pick up 2. Hayward's got 9 points now in just the second half.
The fast release makes Gordon Hayward such a difficult check. If the defense is giving him any space, forget about it.
And Holiday kicks to Evans. The dish to Dedmon. Back to Evans. Bell with a screen on Barton. Here's Evans. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. Evans has got 6 points.
And how about the efficiency Evans has shown in the paint? Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
And the rejection by Evans. 44 seconds left to play in the third. From 10 feet out. And the rebound goes to Nene. Nene's got his 6th rebound on the night. Barton outside. 23 seconds left here in the third quarter. Hayward against Miller. The 3. And they will call over the back on the play.
And gets physical on the boards and just really pays for it with the over-the-back call.
Boy, he wanted that rebound. Didn't matter who was in his way. Doesn't get it, though.
Here's Holiday. And the shot no good, a bit short. Hayward. He can't get that one. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Pelicans lead by 17. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
All right, guys, remember what we said now. Hey, play our basketball. We've been doing a good.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. New Orleans leading by 17. So for New Orleans right now, Evans out there with Bell. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Payton. And it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 8 rebounds in this game. Barton kicks to Sabonis. He feeds it to Hayward. Passes it to Barton. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Fires the 3. The shot's good from Gordon Hayward. Hayward's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Oklahoma City. They set the pick. And Holiday has it in the corner. Another miss by Holiday. Thunder trailing by 14. The shot by Hayward, wide open, and a miss there on the triple.
Well, this is a tough night so far. They'd be smart to rely more on a couple of their other options.
Holiday gets the bucket. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Martin with it. Nene outside. Feeds to Hayward. Sabonis, the pass to Hayward. And the rejection by Evans. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Thunder making a change here. Markkanen's checked in. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for New Orleans. TJ Warren comes in for Bell. Pelicans leading by 17. Here's Holiday. Now Warren over Markkanen. Warren, good.
Yeah, the assist has to go to the screen on that play. Gave him all the room he needed to rise and fire.
Nene with the screen on Payton. It's Barton with the drive. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. Cousins. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Davis is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. That free throw good from Barton.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Davis sets a screen. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, I didn't either. I thought his feet were moving. It was close, but he was still sliding in just a bit.
There's the pick. There's the feed to Hayward. Over Evans. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. New Orleans leading by 16. He dishes it to Davis. And it's going to be two free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Greg, from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
Hood. Barton against Payton. Shoots from the elbow. Nene dishes to Barton. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Payton's got his fourth rebound in this one. Davis sets a screen. Payton kicks to Holiday. Outside for Davis. Here's Payton. He doesn't hit that one. Barton with some nice D. Taken away by Holiday. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Stops. Pops. That shot off. Thunder trailing by 18. To the paint. Here's Nene. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 3 assists tonight.
Unfazed by the defense. Nene making his mark inside right now.
It's Evans on the wing. Fended by Hayward. Davis setting the pick for Payton. Some solid defense there by Nene. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Payton against Barton. Kicks it to Hayward. Here's Markkanen. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Marketing, absorbing the contact. He's really good at staying with his shot through that contact.
It's Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Nene. New Orleans leading by 13. Warren sets the pick for Payton. Down low, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Hayward on the wing for three. That shot is off. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Here's Davis. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Hayward is doubled. Or as it seems like individual all-star and MVP voting is heavily influenced by how players' teams perform. Is that a good thing?
Well, I will say this, Kevin. I have a vote in some of the postseason awards. And if, in fact, I've got 2 players at the same position and I need some line of demarcation to separate one from another, a team's win-loss record may influence that. Now, you might say it's unfair, but sometimes the difference between a player making it and not making it is minuscule. I would say this to you, Kevin. I would like to see all-star teams go out to 15 players as opposed to 12. There are 3 teams, first, second, and third, all NBA. Why not have 15 guys on the all-star team?
Excellent idea. Howard against Warren. Screen by Howard. Here's Hood. No good off the back of the rim.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Here's Holiday. No one near Payton as he lets it go. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
No doubt it's been a rough game for him. I don't think he's going to lose any sleep over it as long as they hang on to the lead the rest of the way.
Screen by Howard. Barton passes to Hood. Clock at 6. Over Holiday. And it's Hood again missing. Pelicans leading by 12. Payton with the ball. Now guarded by Barton. Davis in the corner. Outside Holiday. There's a good screen. Dishes it to Evans. Over Hayward. And it's Evans missing. Oklahoma City's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Barton against Payton. Barton kicks to Hayward. Howard setting the pick for Hayward. Over Evans. Misses off the left iron.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself. This is what he does for this team. Provides consistent scoring that helps them get the lead and keep it.
Put on the wing. Howard with a screen on Payton. Here's Hood. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, Rodney Hood not bashful about knifing into the teeth of the defense, given his quickness and length. Very comfortable operating down there.
Thunder with the rebound. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Taken away by Holiday. On the wing, Evans. And stolen by Hayward. Put on the wing. Markkanen sets the pick for Hood. Shot from free throw range. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Boy, if Rodney Hood gets his feet set, he is a terrific pull-up shooter.
Payton kicks to Davis. There's the pick. Holiday dishes to Davis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Evans goes in. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Pelicans lead by 12. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the 4th. That's about 43%. Barton kicks to Markkanen. Now here's Barton. Outside Hood. Howard setting the pick for Hood. Shot off the pick. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
But, Kevin, I think Rodney Hood does such a good job using his size to create good opportunities in the pick-and-roll situation. He's got a really good feel.
Warren, the pass to Evans. Back to Warren. Davis setting the pick for Warren. Payton in the corner.
Oh, God.
Davis sets a screen. Off the screen. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Barton kicks to Hayward. Keeps it alive, and Davis pulls it down. New Orleans leading by 12. Here's Holiday. That's good, and it's Payton with the assist. And it's now 23 points for Drew Holiday.
I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
To the paint, it's stolen by Davis. And here is Payton. And there's the pass to Davis. It's Evans on the wing. 4 on the clock. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And feels like that one could be the dagger. Not enough time to completely erase this deficit.
Well, Greg, it's going to be tough, that's for sure. A shot like that has to devastate the other team.
And stolen by Payton.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for New Orleans.
And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And after dropping game 1 in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a 3-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Anthony Davis.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
And on the road, silencing the crowd, what a dominant performance.
Well, they took control of this game from the outset, a commanding all-around performance and an important road win.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Right, frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
Outside Holiday. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. AD, it looked like you guys were having some fun out there. Is there a new dynamic coming up offensively?
No, we just don't care who scored the ball. You know, the ball movement was great. Everybody's rebounding and talking. So when you play like that, it's fun to watch. You know, and everybody out there having fun, smiling, a lot of emotions. That's all we asked. That's all Coach asked for, and we did that tonight.
Good win tonight, AD. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our team.
Gordo played all 48. Need to fix up that lineup, Kyle. Holy shit. Why?